Another type of object that resides in a database is a form. In the navigation pane, I'm just going to scroll down to the Forms section, and I can see there are a number of forms in this particular database. What I'd like to do is double-click the Customers form and have a look at this form. And here's the Customers form. When I look at the bottom here, I can see there are 91 customers, and that was the number of customers that I had in the Customers table. So the number of records is exactly the same. The difference between a form and a table is that a form is based on a table, and a form is a user-friendly interface for the user to enter, to edit, and to delete data. Rather than ask the user to work directly with the table when they can accidentally go down into the wrong row and change the wrong data, we tend to like users to interact with forms. It makes it nice and user-friendly, and we're able to help the user work with data by using a form. I can still move between my fields using my Tab key. I can move backwards between my fields using my Shift tab. I can edit a field by pressing the function key F2. I can also move between records using the page down key. I'm now on record 5, and the page up key to go back to record 1, or I can use the navigation buttons at the bottom of the form to move between records as well. I can go to the last record, previous record, or first record. This way the user doesn't accidentally slip into the wrong record and change the wrong data. You can also add a customer by clicking the 5th button, which is to create a new blank record, and that would create a 92nd customer. If the user enters data, deletes data, or changes data in the form, it effectively enters, deletes, or changes data back in the table. They are intrinsically linked. So the form is just a device that's user-friendly that the user uses to enter data back to the table. Let's have another look at another form, because forms have strengths that tables don't in terms of presentation. I'm going to close the Customers form, and in the Forms group I'm going to open up the Employees form. Here I can see the 9 employees that I also saw in the table. But when you're viewing a table is unable to show you a photo. It can store it, but it can't show you it. So here's the real strength of a form. The form is able to present the information in a user-friendly way for the user to work with. Not only are we seeing a photo, but we're also seeing information grouped into company information and personal information. This is called a tab control, which you can use in forms as well. And again, I can move between the 9 employees simply by hitting the navigation buttons at the bottom. So in summary, forms are based on tables. They can be based on queries, and sometimes they can be based on neither, but typically a form is based on a table. Forms are a user-friendly interface to work with data that's back in the tables. Forms and tables are intrinsically linked, so whatever you do to data in a form affects the data in the table, and whatever you do to data in the table will be shown in the form. Eventually, forms will become the doors in your database that the user uses to navigate around the database.